Ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon, wherever you're watching me, either you're in the evening or in the morning, this time I'm talking about why Nigeria is poor. We want this nation to be full of riches, expansions, development, and so on. So, in other words, if you see this nation, this country, as the poorest nation in the world, definitely you are not wrong because that what you are saying, you may be right towards that because that's what you see. And while some people are saying this nation as the richest nation in the world, and I'm telling you this so that you can understand the reason that Nigeria is poor. Number one, we have bad leaders. The leaders we have in this nation, they are not producing anything, meaning that they are just there. They are not delivering anything at all. They said this, they will do that. They will tell you that Nigeria is owing, whereas they are spending money that they are more than the money that even we owe on themselves, and in terms of squandering money. Now, squandering money is not the painful part. The painful part is that it's borrowing money to squander. That is just what we see in this nation. We don't see anything tangible. When a president is talking about loans, seeking for loans up and down, we don't see the result because things are still expensive, no development. How will you be borrowing money and then nations is becoming poorer and you're increasing the debt, national debt, and no intention, no plan, no things to show that this nation will not be in debt after the tenure of this current president we have, or the current presidency, because that's what they call presidency. We don't even have no president anymore because president does not talk to people. So we have a president who does not relate to people with the masses at all. They tend to only care about, what we see more is about pictures of the president going to be seeking for loan, begging other countries for loans, China. And I heard little about China's loans likely to come and colonize us because if we don't pay the loans, definitely they will colonize us. We talk about some kind of our asset, national asset. Unfortunately, they have almost sold all the national asset, the nation's asset. They have sold it to themselves because we don't really know those who are in charge. These are the issues we're having. The electricity, everything goes up. So leaders in this country, actually, they are poor. Not in terms of cash because they don't know what they are doing there. That's what I'm saying. If there are things that are doing, definitely we should be able to see them doing it. Then secondly, it's about laziness in part of some youths and also adults. We have adults who are in power, who are in civil service, those who are even in terms of private business. They tend to not really care about their business. They spend less time at home, less time at work, trying to do work for 2 to 3 hours and then leave. And some, they don't even go to work. They just mark attendance and then expect salary. And I'm hearing some complaint up and down about people's loyalty, to their business. If you are a business owner and you're trying to employ workers to do the work, they tend to not be faithful. They tend to even take over your business or try to ruin your business because they don't put much effort in helping you to grow your business. And that is about point 2 there. Laziness in part of the people, some people. And then number 3 is about production. And that's happened because of the first point. Bad leaders actually do not promote production in this condition. But any kind of production, the country, the people we have in power, the presidents, the House of Representatives, the people who are in power, those who are in charge of money or in charge of reputation of stuff, tend to shut things down. That is that if there is if there is ban importation of generator, for example, there will be signs of progress in electricity. Because some people are still in charge of importation of generators, that is why we still have light. Then because some people are in charge of subsidy, in terms of paying subsidy, supporting the money, embezzling the money for the nation's growth, they will be using to pay subsidy, imagination subsidy or imaginary subsidy, even when there is no need for us to be important for us. Instead of us to make sure that our refineries are working, we are talking about importation all the time. And then how can a nation be channeling, constructing railway to another country when within the country there are some parts of the nation that needs railway. So all this kind of thing, no production at all, no productivity. Nation is suffering, and the same thing will happen to even each individual who does not have this kind of leadership in their faculty. In other words, in their head, in their brain. If you as a person, though you don't have this kind of points to look at and try to work on them, definitely you may suffer the same thing Nigeria is suffering. Although you are a Nigerian, but that should not give you the avenue to continue to live like Nigeria, like the Nigerian mentalities, because you're supposed to think about what can you produce, what can you do to produce something better in terms of using your time, utilizing your time well, and then you try to not be lazy. You try to read when you're supposed to read. You try to write when you're supposed to write. You try to do exercise, engage in exercises when you're supposed to do that. In the process, you will actually see progress in your life, and not to follow bad leaders who have no clue about how to lead the nation. There are rulers actually with clueless rulers with no idea about where they are going. All they know is about themselves, and it should not be. So why Nigeria is poor? Bad leaders, laziness in part of some Nigerians, and also lack of productions. We don't produce anything because our raw materials are not produced in the country. They are being exported out, and then we're not imported the finished goods, which actually, as economists, we say that it is failure. It is not sign of growth, no development. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Johnson. Salami. See you some other time.